Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. Creation tools allows you to record and edit your broadcast so it sounds great. And they even distribute your broadcast for you so that it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So make sure you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to FET News. I am Damian Anderson, and here are your news for this week. Join us every Thursday on our podcast for Frett's Education Thoughts, where your host, Andrew Frett, will discuss his very own opinion about the topics of our previous episode of Future Educators Talk. So join us every Thursday. Join me, Damian Anderson, from my home, vivid Instagram and Twitter Live for Future Educators Talk Home Edition at 8:15 a.m. Eastern, 7:15 a.m. Central. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Education Thoughts Podcast, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And follow and subscribe to my new podcast called Education Thoughts with Damian Anderson, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Brand new episodes of Future Educators Talk drops every Wednesday, so follow and subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. Make sure you follow Future Educators Talk on social media. Facebook.com/Future Educators Talk and like our page. On Instagram at Future Educators Talk and on Twitter at Future ED Talk. So follow Future Educators Talk on social media. And follow your hosts, Damian Anderson and Andrew Frett, on social media. You can follow me, Damian Anderson, on Instagram at Damian Anderson and on Twitter at _Damian Anderson. And you can follow Andrew Frett on Instagram at It's Andrew Frett and on Twitter at Darren_Frett. So follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Future Educators Talk, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of our videoing episodes. You can also listen to past episodes of our show on YouTube and on all the podcast platforms that we are located on. Have a wonderful day and listen to today's episode of Future Educators Talk, which is starting right now.
What's up, everyone? I hope all of you guys out there are staying safe, are staying healthy, and are staying at home, wherever you are out there in the world. So welcome back to another episode of Future Educators Talk. I am your host, Damian Anderson. And as you can see, Andrew Frett is not here with me because he has the day off. So, yes, he has the day off. So, right before I hop into today's topic, as you guys can see, I am still wearing a bandana, but I call it a scarf because underneath it, this hair is a mess. And I do not want you guys to see what's under here. So I'm going to be wearing this until this mess is all over with, which who knows when. So y'all will be seeing me wearing this a lot. So yeah, and this month, May, is Mental Health Awareness Month. So it is very, I'm just like a big, what would you say? I'm a big advocate for this, for mental health, because like I keep saying all the time, when I be talking about this topic, your mental health, you guys, it is so very important. I cannot stress this enough. It is so very important to take really care of yourself, guys, especially during this time that we are in with this whole coronavirus mess that is happening around the world. It is just not, like I mentioned last week, it is not just happening in one part of the city or country. we are all involved in this. It is happening to all of us at the exact same time. So I just please take care during this time. Your mental health, guys, it is so very important. Exercise, do something you guys love or like to do or like to try new things. Exercise, walk, read a book, take a hike. There are so many options, you guys. There are so many options. So please, during this time, you guys, take care of your mental health. If you feel like you're depressed, or if you feel like that you want to commit suicide, please, you guys, I encourage you guys to get some help. I wish I had some numbers, some information to tell y'all, but just search it up online to get the help that you need. If you feel like, you're very depressed and you feel like during this time that you just want to end it all, you want to end your life, you want to commit suicide, which is, please don't do that. So get the help that you need, you guys. Take care of your mental health because it is so very important. And that is also today's topic actually is about taking care of your mental health, especially for students, you guys. So I'll be talking about that in a few minutes. But before that, this week, you guys, May, the first week of May, it is National Teachers Appreciation Week, all week long. And on Monday, you guys, May the 4th, may the 4th be with you. It is National Teachers Day, I believe. Yes, it is. So I just want to give a hand clap to all the teachers out there that are doing what they are doing, especially during this time, because they miss their students terribly. They really care about them. They're trying to find all the best options for them. They are still communicating with their students during this time, which is I just love it. And they are doing all the best that they can do during this time, since they are not in school with their students. So I just want to give a hand clap to all the teachers out there. Thank you for what you're doing, for protecting, you're caring for your students so much. I just want to thank you. This is your week, you guys. This is your week. The first week of May, it is your week. So thank you. So let's hop in, you guys, to today's topic, which is focusing on students' well-being in times of crisis. So this is especially to students out there, you guys. This episode is for you guys. So please pay attention to all the information and facts that I'll be providing with you guys. And educators, you can also jot down some notes. Feel free to jot down some notes of how you can help your students during this time that we are in. So let's begin, you guys. I have my notes, so let's get started. So one teacher, you guys, they recommend supporting student safety through the 3 C's. Now, what are the 3 C's that this teacher is recommending? Well, the 3 C's are, the first you have is communication. Obviously, communicating. That's how you can communicate with your students better. Second, you guys, is consistency. Okay? And finally, it's control. So I'll be talking about all those 3 C's, you guys, to help students out. And educators, you could jot down some notes so you could spread this out to your students. So, as we all know, you guys, schools around the country, they are remaining closed for the rest of the school year. And we don't know what's going to happen for the next school year if schools are going to open back up the next school year. We don't know the possibility. But for now, schools, they are remaining closed for the rest of the school year. And students with trauma, you guys, difficulty home situations, and anxiety, They need the support, you guys, more than ever right now. They do, you guys. They absolutely do. Because it can be, it can be stressful for the students because they're like, confused. They are getting depressed. They don't know what to do. They miss their friends. They miss their classmates, their teachers, being in school, in that classroom. And it can be stressful. It's just mind-blowing. It's just mind-blowing, you guys. So they need the support, you guys, more than ever. The students who are feeling these things with trauma, difficulty, the home situations that they're in, anxiety, you guys, they need the support more than ever, you guys. So the attribute change can trigger, you guys, stress and fear in students that can leave them with a mental scars, you guys. Yes. So a framework of safety is crucial, you guys, for students' brains. And it can be the first phase of healing for those who are experiencing trauma, you guys. And we actually talk about that topic, trauma, this season and also last season, you guys. So help students, you guys, feel safe through the 3 C's, which are communication, consistency, and control. So, you guys, first up is communication. This is a mental health check-in. Okay, so I found this out, you guys. I was researching this, and I found out that according to one study, you guys, simply talking about our problems and sharing our negative emotions with someone we trust can be profoundly healing, reducing stress, strengthening our immune system, and reducing physical and emotional distress, you guys. So what this study is really saying, you guys, is talk, with someone about your problems. Don't just leave it all up into your head, because you have all that that you're going through in your head, and you're just going to lose it. You're going to lose it. That's how I felt last year, you guys, when I share my college story with you guys this season of how I was feeling last year, because I had so much going on in my head, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and I wanted to just end it all. I wanted to end it all. I wanted to commit suicide. Like I mentioned that episode, no one is not going to miss me. Nobody's not going to know that I am gone, and I just want to end it all because I had so much of all of the things that I was going through. I was feeling depressed, anxiety. I was just feeling it all, you guys. And I didn't talk to no one about this. Because I had so much of all of it, because I wanted to keep it to myself, which is it. Now, it is okay, you guys, to keep things, all your problems to yourself. But you guys, you have to talk with someone about your problems, because if you don't talk with someone about your problems of what you're going through, how can they help you, with what you're going to do? How can they help you, you guys? So that is just a really good thing. Last year, like I said, it was just a mind blow for me, but I did talk with someone that I absolutely trust. And like this study says, you guys, talk with someone that you trust, that you deeply trust with your problems of telling them to. Because that trusted person, you guys, that you choose, they understand. They are with you throughout the journey that you're going through, you guys. And so talk with someone, you guys. Please talk with someone with the problems that you're going through. I did, and it helped me out. Y'all can see that I am still here today because of the people that I had let into my circle last year that saved me, that really saved me to where I am today. I'm feeling so much better. I'm a better person now. So this can really help out you guys. It's just, like I mentioned, you guys, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and me and Andrew, we are going to be giving out some tips, you guys, some facts, some information, you guys, to share out with you guys of what you can do during this month. We're going to be sharing some tips. We're going to be doing some some special episodes of this. I had to talk with him first about this. Well, I know I would do like a special episode for you guys of giving y'all all the facts information about this. And y'all can also check out our social media pages of where we're going to be sharing out lots of information about it as possible. Because like I said, you guys, in the beginning, your mental health, it is so very important. It is, especially during this time. It really is. It is so very important to take care of yourself. That should be the number one priority, is to take care of yourself. Okay, so let's hop right back into this study. Now, communication, you guys, it helps with coping and healing, you guys. It does. It helps with coping and healing of just talking it out with someone that you deeply trust. Now, teachers, they can create like spaces, and even remotely, how last week's episode, me and Andrew was here together, and of course, all you guys, your teachers, you're remotely doing your teachings with your students. So this can, where every student can check in. I believe I shared a tip on that on last week's episode of where check in with your students. That is the main priority. Let them write down their feelings, their emotions, their problems that they're going through, and just share it out with your classmates, because I think that would help out. Excuse me. I think that would help out a lot. And also, right before y'all start class, check in with one another as your students. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling okay? How was you yesterday? And just ask, those simple questions, you guys, like, how are you feeling? Is there anything that I can do to help you? And it will, seriously, you guys, it helps. It will help out a lot of just checking in with your students. Now, communication, you guys, it also allows teachers to gain insight on student safety concerns, feedback, and their traumas as well. So one thing that I found out, you guys, is consider like creating a check-in, like I just mentioned earlier, using a Google Forms that ask first about a positive part of their day. I love this right here. Now, you can also, after you do this, you can inquire a student's specifically about a student's mental health state, you guys. Using multiple choice answers can help students feel less intimidated, you guys, to complete the check-in. And like I mentioned earlier, you guys, offer choices such as, I'm great. Ask the students, how are they feeling? And if for your multiple choice, you could put, I'm great, I'm okay, I'm struggling, or I'm having a hard time, and I would like to check in with you. You guys, this will help out a lot. This will help out a lot. I love this right here because we all need to check in on our students, you guys, especially during this time. That is what this whole topic's been about. And that's what this Mental Health Awareness Month is all about too, is to just check in with your students. Because if you don't check on your students, how would you know, you guys, how they are feeling, what they are going through? Because if you don't check on your students, you will see that when y'all come on here remotely, that they are either not participating in class discussions, probably not attending classes, or they're just not feeling it. They're really not. So checking on your students, you guys, teachers, I encourage you, checking on your students all the time. Because this will let them know, you guys, that you guys, you care for their mental state. You care of how they are feeling, you guys. You really do. You deeply care of how they are doing. So I love this here. And continue on, you guys. Now for younger students, you guys, you can consider using like a happy or sad faces, okay? That shows varying degrees of emotions, from happy to either upset, and use an open-ended question to ask if there are particular needs that can't be addressed, you guys. Yes. For students who lack internet, now for students, you guys, who lack internet access, consider a school-approved messaging platforms like, for example, Remind 101. I know some teachers, most teachers, they use that Remind 101 with their students. Creating a Google Voice account, you guys, that provides a phone number for parent and student communication. Send mental health check-ins, vivid text to your students. And here's one story, you guys, that I had found here, and I'm not going to provide their name, but this is a teacher. Now, beyond messaging, you guys, consider calling your parents, you guys. Now, one teacher has says that I have 86 students, and calling a few families every day, even if I even have no specific agenda of that day or the week, is important for keeping communication open to families. Now, she also says, well, this teacher, he or she, this teacher says, I have one student whom I was not able to contact, and I mailed them their mental check-in with return postage, okay? Now, by being purposeful in our communication, we can provide the support that our students need to feel safe, you guys. So I love this here, of what this teacher is doing here. Now, moving on, you guys, to the second of the 3 C's is consistency. There I go. Schedules and your routines. Now, in these difficult times, you guys, and the changing times as well, it is important to give students routines that, will go very smoothly, okay? Don't be all over the place. It's important to give students routines, you guys, and consistency. Now, consider offering families like a sample schedule for at-home schooling, okay? Because parents, they're homeschooling their children now. And so that would be a great thing, is consider offering families a sample schedule for at-home schooling. Now, the schedule might include a wake-up time, reading, exercise, their exercise time, or nature time, lunch break, whatever. Now, also remember, you guys, to include opportunities for social interaction when possible. Now, I also found this story out, you guys, too, with one teacher says that in my online class, students, they log in at the same time. So let's say, at the same time, like let's say 8:30 every single day, Monday through Friday. The students, they log in at that time every single day, and they talk, and we talk about how we are doing, of course, checking in on your students, checking with their mental health. That's one thing, yeah. They read poems and work in groups to talk about, the content in life, you guys. Class discussions, whatever, class assignments, whatever. Now, students without, again, you guys, students without, digital access, internet access, they have a call-in number from Google Voice so they can participate in class. Consistent social interaction can help students cope with the changing of the situation and provide a sense of stability in the difficult times, you guys. This is great right here. Absolutely great. And so, finally, the last 3 C's, you guys, is control. Now, this is self-care. Here's your self-care plans. Now, what is a self-care plans? Well, it is an intervention that can give students a sense of control and prevent them from being completely consumed by emotional reactions. Now, as students create their own, their self-care, they also develop ownership and immunity. Now, having a plan, it takes the guesswork out of what to do and where to turn in a moment of crisis, you guys. Okay. Students can respond rather than react with one another to the situation at hand. And it also allows them to take time to think about what they want to do and how they want to do it. Okay. This is, give them their options. Let them, explore what they want to do and what they, consider wanting to do. That was a little, okay. But anyways, when an educator knows a student's individual plan, they gain insights into strategies, the activities, and tools to help that student out. Now, you guys, start by asking, sorry guys, my voice is quite going out a little bit, but start by asking your students to identify support structures, people, and activities that help them feel better, okay, about themselves, you guys. Model creating a simple list of activities that make one feel calm or happy, such as music, exercise, coloring, art or recreation, or meditation, you guys. And offer suggestions of appropriate cognitive activities based on the grade level, because all of these, you guys, is not going to help out, with the activities that you provide. It's not going to help out according, to what your grade level is. So consider, finding activities that is perfectly right, you guys, for that grade level of student that you have. So once the activity list is completed, ask students to identify 1 or 2 people with whom they have a good relationship with and to whom they feel they can turn for help and comfort. This is great, you guys. This is absolutely great right here. Now, if a student reports, listen to this, you guys. If a student reports they don't have a strong relationship with anyone, then help them recognize the characteristics of someone who shows support, you guys, okay? And generate a list of people whom they currently interact with daily in their everyday lives and who currently supports their daily needs. And also remind them that there are adults in their lives who deeply cares about them. Yes, they do, you guys. They deeply care about them. Okay. And also, after completing the support section, ask students to list stressors that might act as speed bumps to their mental well-being. Now, this section serves as a guide for moments when they might use their self-care plan. Thinking through a typical day can help students hone in on specific areas of stress, like particularly situations such as, wait a minute, guys. Let me start this over again. Thinking through a typical day can help students hone in on specific areas of stress, like transitions between, the times of the day or whatever it might be, or particular situations, you guys, such as a parent like leaving or going to work perhaps. Then help them create a plan to address each of the stressors and barriers using tools from the support section. Now, after you do all this, you guys, as students, they create their plans, they will realize that they are in control of how they respond to any situation in their life, increasing confidence and a sense of control in times of stress. Students need safety. Yes, they do. Students need safety, you guys. They need safety. There I go. Now more than ever, like I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, in these turbulent, in these difficult times. Now, putting compassion before conflict, it can help students learn and deal with the changes that are currently happening, or let's just say probably it or will happen. So that was the control, you guys. That was the last of 3 C's: control, the self-care plans. So I just provided you guys out the 3 C's that can help students during this time that we are in: communication, consistency, and control. And so I hope those help out to those students out there during this difficult time that we are in, because it can be a lot. I'm sorry, you guys, my voice is about to go out, but just bear with me here for a couple of minutes before I end this episode. So I hope this topic helps out to those students out there, and also you educators. You're thinking of how you can help your students out better, closing out the end of the school year, which is through remotely. Unfortunately, it is not in the classroom. So I hope this helps out to you guys. So like I said in the beginning of the episode, and I'm keep on saying, because I am a advocate for this. Your mental health, you guys. Please pay close attention to what I'm about to say. I'm gonna get up close. Your mental health, you guys, is so very important. I cannot stress this enough. Your mental health is so very important. Please believe me. You guys, believe me, because last year I was in a horrible horrible place at the end of last year, you guys. 2019 was not my best year. Like I said when I shared my college story with you guys, it was not my best year because I was in a horrible state. I was not taking care of myself. I was depressed and I wanted to just end it all. I wanted to commit suicide. So please, you guys, take care of your mental health. So very important. And if you feel like, you're so down, you're so depressed, or you even want to end it all, you want to commit suicide, please get help, you guys. Get some help. There are some people out there, you guys, that really care for you guys. They do. They deeply care for you guys, okay? And so I will be sharing tips, you guys, on me and Andrew, we are going to be sharing tips, information, some facts of how you guys can really take care of yourself, because this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we're going to try our very best to get y'all all the information that y'all need. And like I said, I will have to talk to Andrew about this, to where we could do like I said a special episode, a special edition of Future Educators Talk, to where we could give y'all all the facts that y'all would need. And if it's not possible with his schedule, because I understand his work schedule, then I will try to find a schedule to where I could record these information facts to you guys. So get this throughout to you guys, and then I possibly would go Twitter live to give out these facts as well, and also on Instagram live, you guys, as I've been doing with the FET Home Edition, which I will talk about in a couple more minutes. So yes, your mental health, you guys, it is so very important. So take care of yourself, you guys. Please, because I can't stress this enough. I really can't. I can't stress this enough. So yes, excuse me. Now, as you guys can already see, I'm videoing this for our YouTube channel because last week we started our first videoing of Future Educators Talk. We are now videoing our podcast for you guys to see. So make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel right now, so you can see all episodes of us videoing, you guys, and also special editions, you guys, and also more exciting news as well. Working on some projects in the near future. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, you guys, right now. And speaking, you guys, of YouTube channel, I mentioned last week that I have a new podcast called Education Thoughts with Damian Anderson. It is my new podcast. I transferred my YouTube show into a podcast because you guys, I really do. I love podcasts so much. And I love now, you guys, I am really literally speaking more. I believe that my voice needs to be heard out with everyone, because of course I am going to be a teacher, so I had to get used to speaking. And if you guys are quite new to our family, I welcome you guys. And some of you guys, well, of course, my classmates who are listening or going to watch this on our YouTube channel, they know that I am shy. That's how I was in my school career, you guys. I was shy. But now, since I have graduated from high school, you guys, I am feeling like more confident of myself. Like I am literally speaking out more because once I finished high school, you guys, I was talking, with my good friend co-host Andrew Frett, and we was thinking he, not me. He actually, because we were one day we was talking, messaging each other, and he came up across about, hey, do you want to start a podcast with me? And first, you guys, I believe I told this story already, not here, but on our new podcast or other new podcasts across the state, which new episodes will come out this month. I was thinking, you guys, when he said that, like, hey, do you want to start a podcast with me, since we are, future educators and making future Black male math teacher in the making. And I was like, you guys, like I said, across the state, check out that episode. I think it was the first or second episode. I was like, to myself, I didn't like message him this. I was like, I really do not know what a podcast is. I'm being dead serious, you guys. This was last year. I really did not know what was a podcast. So I had to literally search it up. So please, you guys, don't hold that against me. I don't know where that came from. I really didn't know what a podcast was. So I searched it up, and then I was, searching up, looking, famous people who has, podcasts, and just doing everything. And I was like, a podcast, this is where, your voice is heard. You want it to be heard, around the world. And you guys, I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to tell him, because I was like, first off, I'm a shy person. Why do people want to hear my voice? Because I barely talk, so why in the world do they want to hear me speak? Hear me share out my voice to them? Like, why do they want to hear me? Because I was thinking to myself, people would enjoy listening to me. Why would they care? So I was thinking of that, and then of course, podcasts, it's your voice to be heard. So I was like, at that point, I was like, you know what? I gotta get out of this shell, because sooner or later, I'm going to be a teacher where I would have to literally, like I'm doing here, be in front of the classroom and talk to my students. I can't be all like, getting over here. Well, I'm not that kind of like shy person, like, at the back of the corner over there being all shy. So nothing comes out of my mouth. So I was that. So I was like to him, you know what, Damian, you got to get over this. You got to get over this. So I said, yeah, let's start. Let's do a podcast together. I would love to do a podcast with you. So and that's where here we are now. Here we are now, you guys. With Future Educators Talk. So, and now, you guys, since we are in our third season, I feel so confident with myself, you guys, of speaking with you guys, our listeners. And I know if some of my classmates, if they, they're gonna watch this, at first I was thinking, like, I was like to myself, I don't know if my classmates know that I am starting a podcast, and they would be like, pretty shocked. Probably some people like pretty shocked, like, Damian has a podcast. I was thinking of that, you guys, like, oh my gosh, what are my classmates are going to think? I'm starting a podcast. I am sharing my voice out to the rest of the world to hear. How are they going to I don't know why I was feeling these guys, but how is they gonna feel about this? So that's how I was. So now, like I said, we are currently, me and Andrew, we are in our third season of Future Educators Talk. And I know for a fact that my classmates, they are listening to my podcast. And I know that they are so very proud of me of like literally stepping out of my shell of speaking more, because back in school, I didn't talk much. I was shy. So it was that. So yeah, so I know that my classmates, they are listening to this and they are so proud of me stepping out, and I will continue doing this with more seasons. So I'm so glad for that. Now, I kind of like got a little off track there for a moment, but I was saying that speaking of, yes, YouTube, I transferred my YouTube show into a podcast called Education Thoughts with Damian Anderson. That's my new podcast, you guys. It will debut, you guys, on May the 8th. That is going to be actually like the second episode of that new podcast, because when this new episode comes out on Wednesday, you guys, there is going to be premiering the introduction of my podcast, what is all going to be about, and all that good things. I'm just introducing y'all to my new podcast. So that will come out on Wednesday, and then Friday. So that would be like episode 1 right there. And then Friday, May the 8th, will be episode 2 of my new podcast of I'm interviewing. I have on some guests. So I will be interviewing guests, you guys, on my podcast. I have so many amazing people that are coming on my show. And I'm so very excited, you guys, for you guys to check that out. So it was a lot of fun of talking with my guests and getting to know who they are, what they do, what their work that they do. It's interviewing. Y'all will get all of this good stuff when I introduce my new podcast on Wednesday when this episode comes out. So check that out. I'm available on Spotify, you guys, Anchor, Breaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Pocket Casts. That's all I can think of. That's where I am available at. So you guys check that out this Wednesday. And we have been I have been doing on IG Live our new session called FET Home Edition. And this is where I have been, sharing some uplifting topics about what's happening around the world, because there are so many amazing topics, inspiring topics that's happening during this pandemic, and I want to share those with you guys. So that has been going on for the past probably 3 to 4 weeks now. But now I'm quite changing. I'm switching gears of doing that. I probably will still be doing that, sharing some uplifting topics, some amazing topics with you guys, but I also want to chat with you guys, our listeners. I want to see how you guys are doing. And I might, I'm currently recording in my room, as y'all can see. I might do a tour of my room. I'm not talking about my home, of my room, to see where all the magic happens of me giving all the information, where do I record episodes at, and all that good stuff. So and tune in for FET Home Edition, you guys, every Tuesday with me on Instagram, on our Instagram page at Future Educators Talk, every Tuesday and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. You guys tune in with me. So come chat with me when I do those things. And finally, before I end, me and Andrew, we are about to record an upcoming episode of Future Educators Talk. Our new segment actually called Listeners' Questions. And this is where our new segment is where we hear from you guys of hearing all of your questions that you have for us, any concerns, any feedback for us of how to make our podcast better. Are we doing great? Jokes, stories, whatever you guys want to share with us. We would really appreciate it, you guys. So there are many ways that you can question us, that you can send questions, your jokes, your feedback, your concerns, whatever. One is you can leave a comment under our Instagram page of where it says Future Educators Talk Q&A, and I will post that again. So there's one way. Another way is you can DM us on Instagram, your host. You can DM me your questions, your feedback, your concerns, whatever, to me on Instagram at Damian Anderson, and then to Andrew Frett at It's Andrew Frett, or also on our Instagram account at Future Educators Talk. Another way, you guys, is sending in a voice message to us, you guys, by going to anchor.fm/futureedtalk/message, to where you can record your message to us and your feedbacks, whatever. And another way is you can email us, you guys, at futureeducatorstalk@gmail.com. Yeah. So there are many ways, you guys, that you can send in your questions, your stories, whatever, for our new segment, which is all about you guys. We're hearing from our listeners, because we haven't really, I don't think, I can't social medias, but episode of that I'm hearing from you guys. So we are so very excited about this, because you make our podcast better, you guys, by listening in each week to the topics of whatever me and Andrew we are talking about. And we are speaking from our heart, you guys. We're speaking from our true heart and soul. And we are telling you guys what it is. Sometimes we may disagree with one another, the concerns or whatever that we are mentioning. And that is okay, you guys. That's okay. But that helps, makes our podcast better for you guys to join in on the discussion that we are having. And we greatly appreciate you guys, your opinions that you give back to us. So we greatly appreciate it so very much. So in the next coming weeks, you guys will be doing an episode of you guys, listeners' questions, our new segment for our listeners out there. So thank you guys so much. So I've probably been on here for quite a while now. I do not want to make this like a very long episode, an hour episode. So that's all that I have. I mentioned my new podcast. I mentioned FET Home Edition, and lots of other things I can't think of right now. So I want to thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode and all of our episodes. And thank you guys for tuning in with me today. I really appreciate it. So until further ado, you guys, I am your host, Damian Anderson, and this is Future Educators Talk. Remember, you guys, to stay safe out there. Stay at home. If you have to go to work, I understand, but please stay at home. And remember, you guys, to wash your hands. I will see you guys back next week with my co-host Andrew Frett on an all-new episode of Future Educators Talk.
Don't just listen to Future Educators Talk on your smartphone. Continue the conversation online. Like us on Facebook. Be a part of the conversation by telling us what you think. Join us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content. And follow along on Twitter to stay up to date with what's happening on our podcast and beyond. It's you who keeps Future Educators Talk going. So like, comment, share, and connect everywhere with us. You get social. Let's listen.